Refresh rate, measured in hertz or hertz, tells you how many times per second your monitor updates its display. This directly affects how smooth and responsive your gaming experience feels. Higher refresh rates like 144 Hz, 165 Hz, and 240 Hz significantly reduce motion blur and make gameplay more responsive, which is especially important for fast-paced competitive gaming. LG monitors offer several common refresh rates. 60 Hz is standard for general use, 120 Hz works well for casual esports, 144 Hz is popular for mainstream gaming, 165 Hz suits mid-tier competitive play, and 240 Hz delivers high-end performance for the most demanding gamers. To access your LG monitor's OSD, look for the joystick or buttons on the bottom or back panel. Press the joystick or button to bring up the main menu, which typically shows options like power off, input, and settings. The OSD interface is user-friendly with joystick controls for quick navigation through menus. Alternatively, use LG on-screen control software on your PC for adjustments without using the monitor buttons. Navigate to the Display or Settings section to find refresh rate options. Once in the OSD menu, look for sections labeled Display, Settings, or Picture. These are the main areas where refresh rate options are typically located. Within these sections, find refresh rate or overclock settings. These options allow you to adjust the display update frequency. The options displayed will depend on your monitor model, such as 60, 120, 144, 165, or 240 Hz. Note that changing refresh rates requires compatible hardware and cable connections to function properly. Choose your desired refresh rate from the available options in the OSD menu. Common rates include 60 Hz, 120 Hz, 144 Hz, 165 Hz, and 240 Hz. Be aware that your PC's graphics card must support the selected rate. NVIDIA RTX 40 series and AMD RX 7000 series GPUs are required for higher refresh rates. The monitor cable must also support the rate. HDMI 2.1A or DisplayPort 1.4 and higher are often required for rates above 144 Hz. Mismatched rates can cause input lag, incompatibility, or dropped frames. Always ensure your setup supports the chosen refresh rate to avoid these issues. LG monitors include adaptive overclocking features where the monitor auto-adjusts refresh rates based on content, potentially reducing power consumption by up to 20% for non-gaming tasks. After adjusting the refresh rate in your monitor's OSD menu, verify the change in Windows. First, open Windows Settings by clicking the Start menu and selecting the gear icon. Navigate to the Display section in Settings. Scroll down and click on Advanced Display Settings. In the Advanced Display Settings, select your LG monitor from the list of displays. Ensure the refresh rate matches what you set in the OSD. Use the drop-down menu to select the correct rate if needed. If the refresh rate you want isn't listed, update your graphics drivers or ensure you're using a compatible cable like DisplayPort 1.4. If you encounter common issues like a black screen or no signal, start by trying a different cable or lowering the refresh rate. Ensure your graphics card drivers are up to date through the device manager. For achieving 240 Hz refresh rates, you'll need a powerful GPU, such as the NVIDIA RTX 40 series or AMD RX 7000 series. Overclocking beyond factory specifications can cause instability, so proceed with caution. Always refer to your monitor's manual for detailed troubleshooting steps. For competitive games like Valorant or Fortnite, prioritize higher refresh rates of 165 Hz or 240 Hz to minimize input lag and gain a competitive edge. For visually demanding games or content consumption, a lower refresh rate of 60 Hz or 120 Hz may be sufficient, particularly at higher resolutions like 4K, where the focus is on image quality over speed. LG is experimenting with variable refresh windows, enabling VRR up to 500 Hz for specific games to reduce motion blur without full overdrive.